So I just came from wrapping up a video where I was talking about how to remove those trim pieces from the door panels. I have other videos where I was showing how to remove the other panels for the dash, and that is covered in the radio removal video. I think this is where I removed this one as well. And the larger project is that I'm doing this because someone is coming to buy my black pieces, and he said he didn't care for the wood trim, and he wanted this black boot as well. I'm not really interested in keeping this myself because, as you can see, the door is missing. It's broken up on the front too. But out of curiosity, I'm just going to remove this, show you what it's like. So Phillips head screws, 1, 2. The other one needs a little bit of length. Okay, just fighting it a little too viciously where it did not really need to be fought. Split the plastic pieces right here. There you go. Oh, lovely. Ooh, nice. Okay. Just as they're coming out. Oh, there you go. Some unnerving sounds, but off it comes. Okay, set this here. And there you go. This is a black boot that you needed. Ooh, nice. There you go. Just go ahead, set this down. Nice opportunity for a thumbnail picture. And then we'll try to do the process of reinstalling it so that you can do this on your own vehicle without breaking it, okay? Let's talk about installation. It's going to be pretty simple, just work in reverse. So I'm going to put this here, oriented towards the front, so that I don't get it mixed up. Thankfully, you've got this imprint over here. Lets you know where things are supposed to sit. Flip this over. This is how I was working on it during removal. And then, first thing I'd like to work on is this cassette over here. This is what locks it in, with this part towards the rear of the vehicle. Yes, towards the rear. And I'd like you to look at this and see that there is a feature right here and a second one here. Flip over to the other side. You've got one here and another one up here. Okay, so those are locking features. You've got a gap here, here, and the third one here. So these go with 1, 2, 3. The locking features 1 and 2 go with 1 and 2. And then on this other side, 1 and 2 go with 1 and 2. So I'm going to insert this in here. And then swivel it. And then hold the chrome trim while pushing the black cassette down. not really much of a fight, honestly. Just went in. Something doesn't feel right. Okay, it's fine. It's fine. Everything's moving. There you go. And this is the part I was joking about earlier. It moves around, but you at least get an idea where it's supposed to be. All right. Okay. So there's one. Second thing you do is this one here. And once again, it's going to be a male-female type deal. So you've got these protrusions. 1, 2. See those? You've got one in the back. Pretty tiny, but it's there. So these go to the front this way, if I remember correctly. They'll find home. You'll see some 2 holes over there. Find home. And then just push it down, and this will find home back here. There's another hole. Yeah, it's in there. So at this point, it's still pretty loose, still moving around. I'm going to set this one over. This is the slide, and this slide is the indicator, the gear indicator. Look at that. Drive, neutral, reverse, park. I feel like you could change this color to something a little more exciting. You could. It's just a red piece of tape. Okay, so set it here. Make sure it can slide back and forth, and that it does. Push this. Then this is the final piece. Now look at this, sideways like this. Do you see this gap right here, this narrow gap? Yeah, that's where the felt edge goes into. So I have this squared. Interesting jump. This one becomes an interesting one when you go to reinstall this over the gear shift. Make sure the gear shift doesn't go through here. You want it to go through here so that you have full range of motion. If you insert the gear shaft through here, you'll only go between like your indicator will be off, but the shaft will not be going beyond park. So just something to keep in mind. Okay, so I'm going to bring this, swivel it over. You actually have some witness marks over here. 1, 2, 3. With these, right? So it's not too much guesswork. And if you do this part right, you should be aligned with the screw holes in both places. And it's still moving freely. That's good. Okay. It's weird. It's not here. It's not going as deep as it could. See that? There you go. I think it's finally locked in. Yep. Then come here. Make sure this thing slides all the way. I push it off to the side. Yep, looking good. So, as I say, installation is indeed the reverse of removal. Go ahead and set your screws in. Okay, and that's that. Well, I'm sitting here thinking, I know there are people that usually wrap this stuff, but I've never seen anybody make a comprehensive video as to how they worked around the trim. Do they just cut and push it in there and hope everything works? Talking of which, there's a gap right there. You can feel it. Might explain why things were not sealing properly initially. But yeah, all good now. All good. Okay, that's it. All the best.